Jensine Orcullo. She's Pal's very own. Ooh, no, but she's doing a spoken word. So yeah, let's give it up for her.
I mean, if you could.
You guys hear me? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, hello. Good. Anyway, hi, I'm Jensine or Jenny, or call me whatever, I really don't care. Anyway, I'll be reading for you guys an essay that I wrote on stuff I've been thinking about, and then Jason told me to write it. Now it's on the Odyssey, so read it there. So anyway, this is why I'm proud to be Filipino. When I was a lot younger, I used to tell people that I was Chinese. Elementary school kids knew what China was and maybe what it could mean. So when they looked at me and asked if I was, well, despite the initial annoyance that my eyes and my hair immediately made me Chinese, I wouldn't correct them. Why? I don't know. Maybe on some level that's what I wanted. I wanted to feel like I could connect with a culture that was at the very least knowable and familiar to the rest of the world. So being my younger, stupid self, I was ashamed to say I was Filipino. Well, Philam, or Filipino-American, or Pinoy, or whatever, we have so many names for it. Growing up, I felt like I was the only kid who couldn't relate to what we learned in any of my history classes. We learned about how the influence of China and India were spread around the mainland. We learned about the various tribes and kingdoms across the African continent and the emergence of civilization in the Middle East. We learned about the native people of the Americas, and of course, we knew the Europeans, from which all history centered around anyway. But where is my history? Where is my culture? It seemed like the Philippines barely existed in any textbook I had ever read. And at the time, it felt like the internet could barely help me either. What I did know, however, was the Magellan thing, and how the Philippines was conquered for 400 years by the Spanish, and then we were controlled by the US, and then Japan, and then World War II, and shit happened, and eventually I guess we destroyed ourselves with a dictator and corruption and something, I don't know. I remember having conversations with my mother about how amazing and how beautiful our country is, about how the Philippines is so rich with natural resources and other things you can't find anywhere else in the entire world. But I guess that's something for foreign countries to take advantage of instead. We're a growing tourist attraction though. That's cool. I suppose the way I saw it, regardless of how many times my grandmother's television would say, "Proud to be Kapuso," I don't even know what that means for that matter. I couldn't find much reason to believe that I should be. All my life, I was told that I should be proud of my country, but why should I? I knew plenty of people who didn't care about heritage or background, and I was born in the United States anyway. Why did I have to be any different? I think a lot about how I used to feel back when I was younger. Since then, I've joked about parties my family would throw, and how between the alcohol-induced laughter and the magic saying on the TV, if you weren't being asked a million times whether or not you've eaten, you probably weren't at a very fun party. I've told stories to my friends how Filipino adults never actually grow up. As I've learned from watching my dad completely turn the car around on the highway just because my titos and titas really wanted halo halo at Red Ribbon. I've laughed at how much cornier my parents' jokes are compared to everyone else's parents. I've definitely bragged about how much better our food is than everyone else's food. I've cried over finally hearing about my country's history instead of just another story from everyone else's history. Really, it was the little things about my life and how they made me smile that made me so happy to be who I was. And I knew that part of my learning to love and appreciate those little joys came from that. There are a lot of little things that I've grown to be proud of with my culture, but out of all those things, I've noticed on how great and how fun it is to be Filipino, what I've learned to be the most proud of is how amazing and how strong of a community we build. Growing up in America, part of a first-generation group of kids whose parents decided on the way here that they would be friends forever, I was raised in a Filipino community in the same way my cousins were back home. I had like 5 dads and 5 moms and 10 siblings who would all just play together, fight together, and watch TV in the same room. Then I moved, and I had 4 more uncles and 4 more aunts and a bunch more cousins to add to the mix. Though, admittedly, it has been a bit hard describing someone as a cousin who's actually not a cousin, being Filipino has taught me that anyone and everyone is a part of my family. My family, my extended non-family, my friends. That means everyone eats, everyone laughs, and everyone's included. What better of a picture of love and brotherhood can we make with that? On one hand, maybe I make too big a deal out of this culture thing that I should. But on the other hand, I can't imagine anything more vital to my identity than all the people who made me who I am. I am proud to be Filipino, or Pinoy, or Philam, or what have you, because I am proud to say that I am part of one big family. If you want to join, pick up a plate, laugh a little. It'll be fun. I promise. Thank you.